I'm recording this video in one take, pretty much. I know I'm gonna stutter, I know I'm gonna mix up words, but you know what? I just might throw it in there because I can't help it. It's gonna happen to all of us. I can't be scared about that stuff. So anyway, here we go. So this story isn't I wouldn't say it's funny, like at least the climax of it. I wouldn't say it's like funny. It's more so of a crazy story because I never thought I would be exposed to something like that at such a young age, but it just happened regardless. I never thought, ignore the Discord notification if y'all heard that. Anyway, so growing up, 2014, 2016, shut up Discord. I was in a weird middle school layout. So the thing was, I don't know whose idea was it to build 3 middle schools under the same roof, make each school color coordinated and expect us all to get along. So me and my homeboys, we was in, I'm gonna short the name now, but we was in Healy, which was green. The middle was Truth, that was burgundy or like red. And then, sorry about that. And then the last one on the far left was Costly, that was blue. I'm not sure, but you can probably see where I'm getting at here. I don't know who thought y'all could make color coordinated schools and expect us all to get along, cause I ain't gonna lie, none of that was happening. So the only ways to get to the other school from the inside was from the main office level, which was on the first floor. And then on the basement level where some of the classes were, there was this long hallway that connected to all 3 schools. It was called the Thruway, but low-key, we had another term for it. It was commonly called the PvP enabled area. If you had beef with someone, you fought them in the Thruway. If you had a brawl out, guess where you fought them? The Thruway. Any kind of beef had to be settled in that hallway, otherwise you was on your own. We was legitimate having Tokyo Revengers-esque brawls to assert dominance to see which one of the schools was the best school out of the whole 3. But we had an ace up our sleeves. We had this tall, lanky, but 6'3", 6'4" dude named Hamza. I ain't gonna lie, there's no way that would have been a little kid. I had to have been a grown-ass man in disguise, or like 2 little niggas, or like 2 little dudes in a little trench coat type shit. But we don't know if Hamza was his actual name. We just decided to rock with it. Otherwise, like, what are we gonna do? We was like 5'1", 5'2" in middle school. That was not gonna work on any of us. We had at least 3 to 5 fights every week, guaranteed. So like, we had like a hierarchy. There was a list of folks that you simply could not mess with because you knew either you was gonna fight them one-on-one or you had the rest of their whole class backing up. So anyway, now that that's all said it out. Alright, while yeah, school was like chaotic and stuff, like every day, constantly fighting, constantly having to watch your back and all that, I wouldn't mind. Like, it was kind of fun. Like, I had some good teachers, I had some cool teachers. I wasn't like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. By all means, I was not a popular person. Like, I knew people who were popular, but me personally, I was not labeled a popular person. I guess you could say I was popular by association. Like, if I'm hanging out with one of the popular bros who was my friends, and they're like, oh, you know him too? That's tough. That's all it was. Anyway, it's a short but impactful story. And it's like, I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, wow, I cannot believe that actually happened. Everything was all cool. Until one day when I was walking down to school one day and I saw a whole bunch of news vans and police cars blocking both ends of the street. Me being me, I didn't really know much at the time because it was like 7 in the morning. I thought, okay, maybe one of the fights got started early. I thought someone got beat up outside of school and then the cops got involved, something like that. That's kind of what I expected. All right, now one day, right, I was walking down the hill to the school again and the whole block was covered in cop cars and news vans. I thought maybe one of the fights had started a little earlier than usual and the cops got involved, and I was like, wait a minute, nah, there's news vans here, so something bad must have happened for sure. Someone must have got like really injured. I went into school and everyone was just chattering amongst each other. I was like, okay, let me regroup with my boys and see what's happening. And then they told me that our gym teacher, who, well, it is public information right now, we're gonna call him Justin. Our gym teacher was he liked to teach kids a lesson, just not the kind of lesson that you really want to learn at that kind of age, if you catch my drift. And that hit me hard because the crazy part was he didn't give off that kind of vibe. At least whenever we was in his class, he was one of those teachers where you could have fun with, joke around with, and he joked back. That's what you would usually expect out of a cool teacher. When it's time to have fun and crack jokes, he'd do it too. When it's time to learn stuff, it's time to learn stuff. He'll be a teacher. He'll do his job. And I'm like, yo, there's no way I was that close to someone who engaged in that kind of activity. And I was like, yo, how did they catch him? It's like, yo, apparently they caught the dude they caught the dude transferring the files to his school computer to his personal computer, and it got flagged. What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't know why would he even dare to even try that. And it was just like baffling how I was that close to someone who engaged in that kind of business. It's like it still feels weird to this day. Now, right now, I had to do my digging. I had to do my due diligence to see if that was all they got him for. And I kid you not, it really got worse after that. Because I'm about to read it off here because I have the article pulled up to this day. He had, and I quote, when they did a search warrant on his house, he had a high-powered grow room for weed, and they seized 7 handguns, 4 assault rifles, a shotgun, and a homemade silencer. What in the actual fuck?
Good evening, Johnny Cage.
Had he had known the police was coming, he probably could have held his own. He had enough arsenal. Like he was on his Breaking Bad shit, just with some kids involved. I'm like, damn. The last part that really like baffles me the most, that guy's free. He didn't do any time for all that. You know, the CP, all the weapons he had, which are more than likely not registered, the grow room, which was more than likely illegal because at the time weed was illegal, and even if it was back then, it was probably nowhere near the amount he had in that room. The fact that he had a whole grow room dedicated for it. Yeah, he lost his teaching license, but that's not enough though. Like, the fact that there's a very high chance I could walk around somewhere and run into him is like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It's not my expertise to talk about the law and stuff, but I feel like he should have done some kind of time for doing all that, because what he did was kind of fucked up. Not even kind of fucked up. That was fucked up. All right, and that pretty much settles it. That's my middle school. That was like the big moment at my school, because not even in high school we had a situation that bad. Not even high school. Yeah. Not even in high school we had a situation that got that bad. Like, yeah, we had moments where police got involved, but like nowhere near that level. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have one more story coming up for another video, but that's not gonna be like a serious video. That's just gonna be like an informative video talking about like my upbringing and content creation and stuff, and talking about my previous channels and currently this channel that I'm recording on right now and how it's gonna be doing and what kind of content I got making. Good news is though, I do have a webcam now, so expect a webcam video sometime in the future. I do have some videos ideas listed up, but yeah. Anyway, I hope y'all like this. If y'all want more stories, I might have some small stories I might throw in here and there, but only, I'm gonna just get it out there. I have a lot of editing to do, so it's Sunday right now. I'm gonna edit this as much as I can, and then ideally I'm gonna post it Monday morning, and then bam, and that's when I'll begin doing another video, like the video that I said, the video about my previous channels and like how long I've been making content. That's probably gonna be a shorter video, so it might be 2 videos in 1 week, maybe. I just gotta figure out what the main video for this upcoming week is gonna be. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later.